Hey, it's Kathleen. So thank you for allowing me to come on this journey with you as we explore the 10 key financial areas that kids and teens need to know before they enter young adulthood. How are you doing with all this information? If you have any questions, please reach out. Well, yesterday we talked about the power of compounding or compound interest. I really hope you watched the video that I linked that shows a young investor making millions by starting early. If you watched it and shared it with your kids, did it blow your minds? It's absolutely amazing. This is something that no child or teen should graduate from school without understanding and acting upon. Imagine setting up a Roth IRA and contributing to it from age 18. I had a conversation with a 28-year-old the other day, a friend of my daughter's who was part of a millennial personal finance class that I held a couple of years ago. She started her Roth IRA right after our class finished, so about 2 years ago, and she could very likely see results like we saw in the video. She has come so far in gaining confidence and implementing what she learned. Just take a look at what she had to say. She's paid off all her debt, including student loans, built up a full emergency fund, opened a Roth IRA, maxed out her retirement at work, and she's moved home, which is allowing her to save half of her paychecks so she can save toward a house. Wow, amazing, right? And that brings us to today's point for good savings habits. Your kids probably see you spending money, but may not be as familiar with you saving money because it happens behind the scenes generally, but both are essential for them to understand. Sadly, about 30% of adults in the US have less than $1,000 saved. This may be you, or this may sound far-fetched, but either way, we do not want this to be your kids in the future. And if it is you, hopefully, as we've been going through these points, you've learned some things that you can now implement regarding your own finances. So whether you yourself are financially stable or not, you can share teachable moments with regard to saving and spending throughout your kids' lives to teach discipline and delayed gratification, plus financial goal setting and forward planning. Knowing how to save and actually doing it builds security and independence. For younger kids, they'll probably want to save for something small like a toy rather than save toward the future. But for them, even a short-term goal is a good start. When my daughter was 8 years old, she saved for a pretty big goal for someone that age. She saved for many months towards a Game Boy and Pokemon game, learning a lot about savings and delayed gratification, financial goal setting, forward planning. We were very intentional about this. And believe me, there were a lot of learning moments for both of us through this. In case you're interested, I actually recorded the story and that's on my YouTube channel as well. It's 4 minutes long and I've linked it below. But it's not a one and done. Learning contentment through delayed gratification is a lifelong character lesson, even for adults. Ben Franklin said, contentment makes poor men rich. Discontent makes rich men poor. So it's worth learning. Now, older kids may want to save toward outings with friends, a vacation, a car, or even college. Both of my girls saved for their own car and had to pay for 30% of their college. Now, you may be wondering, where are the kids getting money to actually save for these things, right? Well, we're going to talk about that in the next video on point 5, so you do not want to miss that.